Hello and good afternoon. This is Amanda, your art teacher. It is 1:54 on Sunday afternoon, and I'm here in my room, and I'm going to be showing you a technique I learned at UNLV that helped me simplify the drawing process. And first, I will show you. I finished my sunrise painting. So I'm very happy with it. Here's close. That's the area I was working on in the last video, the waves. And what I had done to finish them is I had to bring them down farther. And then, yeah, it was pretty easy. We have some nice complementary colors with the orange and the blue right up on each other. You can see the clouds. Everything is done, so I'm happy with it, and now I put it aside. I can put it aside to work on some other projects that I have to do. So I'll do that now. So what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be working on starting a new project that I wanted to do to hang above my bed for the summer because it's summery colors. This was taken either last year or the first year that I went to the Norfolk Botanical Garden in Virginia Beach. And I like the colors. I edited the colors on this, so it's much more yellow, I think, than the original photo, but that's what I wanted to do. And I love gazebos, so we have a gazebo here. And I'm going to show you how I would begin to get from here to get this image onto a piece of paper. And I will be using the Strathmore pastel paper. And this has a special, they call it a tooth to it. It's a special texture that helps to grab the pastel chalk so it adheres better to the surface. And this is good. It comes in different colors, like there's a blue, there's green, brownish, taupe, and a yellow, which is what I will be using. And then here's a white, and I kind of wanted to do white. Maybe I will. Let's see. It's like an off-white, and the reason I wanted to do like a bright white is because the gazebo is a bright white. So if I started with a paper that's white, like the edge of this, when I tape the edge of my paper and when I'm finished, it'll leave a nice white border, which would go nice with the gazebo. But since this paper is off-white, it's not going to be a perfect match. So I decided to just go with the yellow because I think it'll look nice with the yellow in the picture. So I have my piece of paper. Try not to crease it, and I need another drawing board. My drawing board is in use right now. So I'm going to use this dry erase board, the back of it, for a drawing board because it's nice and flat and spacious. And I'll show you what to do. Get my artist tape out. So what I will do, and you don't have to do this, you don't have to create a border with your work. You can work right up to the edge. That's also fine. But I like to make a border because I think it looks nice. Make sure there's nothing on the board that will leave a weird texture. And I have this Blick brand of artist tape that's not as good as the tape my my professor at UNLV had. I don't know what brand that was, but it was the best. So, and you don't have to measure it. You can just stick one end, just line it up with the bottom of the paper. And press it down, and then I'll add another piece of tape right here so it sticks to the board. That's really long. It's so long. Okay, I'll go over supplies with you. Okay, so this is a pastel, it's going to be a pastel drawing. So I have, oh geez, square pastels. These are just regular chalk pastels. Okay, and I'll keep these open. And then I have Prismacolor New Pastels. These are amazing, and they're so creamy, and they're just wonderful. So then you can use these for sharper edges or for filling in big areas of color. So I'll be using these and these. And then I have a bunch of stuff. I have a lot of these Faber-Castell brand Pitt Pastel, and these are like pencils, like pastel pencils, and you can sharpen them and get really sharp points. So these are great for detail work, and I will be using these all as well. And then I have regular Faber-Castell drawing pencils. So, okay, what is the technique that I will show you? So, with a little bit of backstory, I was at UNLV the fall of 2019, and I took Drawing 102. And we had to draw a picture from a calendar. Like he had torn apart some calendars, and we had to draw one of them. So I chose this one, and it's, you know, it looks kind of like a complicated image, and he told us to, so what you want to do is where to begin. I had mentioned, I have to sneeze. I had mentioned in several of my videos that I like to work macro to micro. And what that means is I will do the biggest areas first. I will try to cover the whole piece of paper or canvas with color first. I will block in the major shapes, and I'll do all that first. And then I will slowly work my way into doing the details last on top of what I have already put down. What my art teacher suggested is pretty much the same thing. So what he suggested we do is to take a piece of paper like this. So we cut out a piece of paper, and we would hold it over each area of the image. So to show you how to do that, I cut out a piece of paper, and then I would hold it over a certain area. And then what I would do from here is I would try to establish what is the average or mid-tone color here. So for here, it would be a yellowish green, kind of bright, not dark at all, and more yellow than green it looks like, right? And this will help you not get overwhelmed, and it will help you break apart your image one section at a time. So that's very helpful. So then I would move on to, like, say, this section where you can see it's a much darker green. So I would I would use maybe a black, dark green, a little bit of light yellow green maybe in there. And then this section is more brown. So I would create that. So then, and then we have a light grass green here, which would be similar to the average of the colors here. So I'll show you what you can do. You can put so see here that there's a glare. I made a mid-tone orange, which is similar to the orange right here. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just to find out what is something that you can work with. And then I had selected my colors down here, which is what you'll want to do also. You'll want to know what you're going to be working with because you're not working with your whole box of pastels. And you pick apart what colors you'll need for each section. And that's what I did here. I needed a red and an orange, a yellow, and then there's a brown. And see here, I have my white piece of paper, and then I have a yellow that I mixed because there's a yellow section, and I have a reddish brown because there's a reddish brown section, and then I have the mid-tone orange, which is kind of all throughout the whole image. And then I took the mid-tone orange and I started to block in my color like I said I do. I just try to do as much as I can, as fast as I can, to establish base layers, and then I can move on. And I look like I was eating Cheetos. I was eating Cheetos just now, and they're delicious. So that's what I did. And so you can see here, it ended up being this, and then this image is where I had added more of the red, and then I had added more of the white in the center where you can see the light is coming through there. And then I blocked in the red. I love to just block it in. And I started establishing the trees lightly. Started blocking in more of the darks, more of the trees. And yeah, so then I'll show you how you could do this with this one, because this one's different colors, right? This one's like greens and yellows, and there's a little bit of peach. And if you don't know how to mix colors, I think one of my very first videos is Introduction to Color Mixing. And if you don't know, you can mix red and yellow to make orange, blue and yellow to make green, red and blue to make purple, and then you just keep mixing them together. And then I also have a video on color temperature, which helps you know how to determine the difference between a warm blue and a cooler blue, like in this painting. I actually have to wash my hands. I can't have this on my hands. Okay, so to show you what I'm showing you, okay, so for this example right here, we have a dark green. So I will go through my supplies and I will see what I have that is similar, and we're just going to try to go as close to what I have here as possible just to simplify. Okay, we have a dark green called bottle green, which looks sort of like just what we have. Okay, so we have this color, and that will be great for this area. We probably don't need to do anything else to it. We might be able to lighten it up a little bit. I have a new pastel in corn yellow. Cornelium. Oh my gosh. So what you would do then is you would just lightly go over top. Yeah, I like that a little bit more for this area. So that's good to know. And then you can blend it with your finger. And as you can see, we have an estimate of the color that we're going to be using for this area, and that's good to know. And then I didn't just wipe my hands on the carpet. I did just do that actually. Okay, so then we'll move to this area right here. And as you can see, this is a lighter green. So I'm probably going to stick with the corn yellow. And I'm going to see, ooh, I have a light sap green. This color is amazing. I love this, like this kind of green. It's really awesome. But I don't think it's the right tone. It might be, so we'll keep it up. I have palm green. We could check this out. Okay, no, I don't like that at all. And this is why we do this. We experiment on this paper before experimenting on the paper that we care about. Okay, so I have this interesting mint green. And sometimes your pastels will get streaks of other pigment from using them on top of other colors. So you want to clean it off somehow. And that is fluorescent, so I don't think I'm going to be using this, but maybe. Maybe, I don't know. What about this one? And you don't have to use your hand. You can use a piece of paper that way, or a napkin. That way your hands stay clean. This is kind of nice. This has some blue to it. This is a dark green, basic title there. Okay. Oh yeah, here we go. So these three colors, which three? One, two. These three colors will be good to mix the grass because we have a nice average green right here. And then moving along, we can go to, oh yeah, and then see, I know that I'll be needing a white. So I don't have to mix that onto my paper because I know that I already need it. So I have a white new pastel, but I don't think this is small enough to give me the details that I'm going to need. So I'll put it aside and then I will get out the white the white pit pastel that I have for the fine details of the gazebo. So I'll set that aside. This looks like it will be a nice. Does it? Does it, Amanda? Yeah, there's some peach in these little flowers that this pencil might be useful for. So I'll put that one aside. I might need a black. Is this black or is this dark gray? Oh, here's my black. Okay. Do I need a dark gray for anything? And I have like a green that I'll set aside for some leaves. I like to just get my kit together. My kit is the supplies that I'll be using for the project. I like to get that together so I don't have to keep going back and forth through everything I own. This is a blue, gray, green that I won't be using. Here's a nice green. Okay. And there are some little flowers here, right here, that are like these colors might work for them. So I'll set these aside. But just because something is small doesn't mean you have to use a small art supply. Something you can do to create the suggestion of the flowers is to take like just a regular size thing and just make marks and just like that. That's all you have to do, and you got like the suggestion of the flower. I'm not going for super hyper realistic detail in this. More of a impressionist free expression. So that's what will work for this. But you can, if you want to, like I might use these smaller ones. We don't know. Or I might use both of them. It's good to just know how to do a bunch of different stuff, okay? So back to what I'm showing you here. Okay, if I go over here to this area that I said was pretty yellow. So you can see that it has some dark green in it, and it's not the right yellow. I'm gonna have to create one. This is the pastel in light Naples yellow. Some green, and we're just going to find the mid-average tone here. So that is good enough for there. And then, of course, because we can see the dark green, it's going to have some dark green mixed into it. So we can just test this one out here. Okay, that has too much blue in it. We're going to need something with a little more yellow. Okay. Blend with your finger. And then this has the peach mixed in. I have this little peach here. You just, oh, that's very bright. We have some peach mixed in. Okay. Ooh. What is this? Oh yeah, that one's way better. Way better. Excellent. Okay. And for pastel, you can use rubber erasers. I really like gum erasers. I think these are the best. And you can use kneaded erasers. These are awesome because you can stretch them out like, and you can use them like to pick up. You can just press it onto your thing, and it'll lift up some of the pigment. So you can see right here, I pressed in the eraser right here, and it lifted some of the pigment. It didn't erase all the pigment, it just lifted up some of it. So that is something you might want to, just a technique that you might want to have for your artistic arsenal of creative awesomeness. And I just really like the Faber-Castell brand. I think they're just really super high quality for drawing supplies. I don't know what else they make. I don't think they make paint. They might. So I'll keep these erasers out. I don't think I'll be needing the kneaded erasers. I will probably need my gum erasers. You might want to keep on hand a sharpener for your pencils. And I think you can use, excuse me, I had Subway. I think you can use a razor blade to sharpen these, like, or you can just go on a piece of paper until it gets sharper. Excuse me. Now I feel less exposed on the internet. Oh, there's pigment on the paper. Okay. So then, moving along, we would see that this is kind of like a grayish brownish color, the top of the gazebo. So I will see what I have. Oh yeah, you can use Q-tips to blend. You don't have to use your finger. They make these, I forget what these are called. Not a stylus, no. I don't know, but these are for detail blending. I'll leave that out. Might use the dark gray after all. Might use this nice off-white for part of the roof. That could be cool. Nice mid-tone gray I might use for the roof. I have a super light gray. Will I be using this anywhere? Maybe. And that's how we would start that. So then this is a very nice juicy yellow. That's not the right yellow, but we can work with it. All right, I do like that. Okay, so then we'll add just a slight green. Did I just do that? Okay, I think you get the idea. Trial and error. That's what this technique is for. It's for helping you sharpen your color mixing abilities, seeing what is going to be mixed with what, and you can just hold the picture up to your supplies and easily be able to discern what this looks like this. You know, it's really simple. We don't need to overcomplicate it. And then we can begin our drawing, which is what we're here to do. Excuse me. So I probably won't be using these, so I can put them away or somewhere nearby. And I had planned on doing this piece in acrylic gouache. Ooh, a pin. But I think for this video, I wanted to make the video more than I wanted to make a painted version of this. So you can see I got all the greens, the light yellows, the white. I got it all out and I put my kit together. So I was super organized. Here's a measuring tape that I could use. That might come in handy for this project. And then you could just set this aside. Move this off of the painting. Okay, now, how are we gonna go from this to getting this image on this piece of paper with our brain, okay? Now, it's gonna be up to you if you want to begin drawing straight with a pastel, which is fine, or you can do a sketch in with a regular pencil. Okay, I'm gonna just go with pastel for now. Okay, so I will start my work from top left to right, working down and to the front, like you're reading a story. Okay? Start back here, read your work from top to bottom to front. So if I start there, I'm gonna do this bright yellow first, and I will use the colors that I used to create it. Okay, I think I used these, slight bit of this, and remember, right now we're not going for details yet. We're just going to map in the color averages that we have found here. So if I do this section and you see that I leave out this dark corner right here, that's going to get put in last on top of everything, or pretty close to last, or whenever I do the darker section. And I will show you how to do that. Okay, so roughly, it's not just this tiny section that has this yellow color. If you can see, this color goes down in through here, and it goes throughout the whole top half, and down here, pretty much, of the piece. So I'm going to, it just has green on it, so I'm not worried about a green smudge on this pastel. So now we begin. We're just going to start coloring in so if I, like I said, if I go over this section, if I spread this color out farther, it's fine because there's yellow green mixed in throughout all of this. But this isn't the right color. Remember, I had to mix a few things to get the right color for this section. And you got to make sure you use clean hands with pastel. If you have greasy Cheeto potato chip hands, you're going to get that into the pastel, and it's going to leave a smudge that you cannot erase. So don't do that. And then when you're working with a tape border, you want to make sure you get the pigment right up in that, like right up where the tape meets the paper, because when you take off the tape, it's going to leave a real nice border. Like this one. This one had tape on it, and it left the paper nice and white, and it just comes out so crisp looking, and it's really awesome, and I just love it. So I'm going to keep working. See how easily these new pastels blend? They're so nice. And there's some of this yellow up here. And I mentioned before, you're pretty much just putting things where they go. Like if you see a color somewhere in a photo, then you just put that color in its corresponding place on the paper. It is that easy. And you can, to blend, you can move your finger back and forth, up and down, if you choose to. If you choose, you can go diagonal, whatever you want to do. I like to do a variety just so your pastel can leave streaks. And if you go the opposite direction of the streaks, it can help blend it out more. So we do that, and then we can go down here. And this is the peach. Yeah, that's the peach. I don't know what that is. How did that just get there? Okay, I'm going to go over the whole. I'm going to go over the whole canvas or the whole paper with this yellow color. Because I think that will be nice. Or just sort of where the yellow is. And when it comes time to do the gazebo, I will erase the pastel, or I will sketch it out with a pencil, and then I will erase, and then I will draw it back in with the pastel. I think the gazebo might be the only thing that I need to draw in like that. Maybe not, we'll see. And it is hot. It's like 108 degrees, or it was yesterday. I don't know. It's hot. Yeah, this is a great color to fill in my paper with. A little bit of Sunday drawing. It's lovely. Where did that pencil mark come from? I wasn't using a pencil. Stuff just appears on my artwork. I don't know where it comes from. It's so weird. And I might have mentioned before that the sunlight coming through the trees is one of my favorite things. And so, especially in Virginia, growing up, my backyard was a treat. And we had that. So that's kind of why I'm doing this one. Same thing here. I could probably be more careful with what I'm doing and try to not make it as streaky as it has been. I'm just excited to be working on it, so I think I was rushing because I know how many art projects I have that I want to do, so I know that I need to hurry. Maybe I don't need to hurry. Maybe it's all in my mind. If I get closer to it, I will be able to focus more. I have to turn on the air. It's so hot in here. Hi. Taxi has entered the scene. Hi, baby. Oh, look, you can see both now. No, no, no. She loves to lay on paper. Okay, you can lay on the art. Thank you. So now I've unified my paper with the idea of warmth and golden summer light. My paper was hungry. It needed to be fed some pigment. Hi, Tuppy. Yes, you're a good assistant. And this will make your finger very smooth over time. So, let's see. I noticed that there is a line around the horizon from this bush that goes straight across here. So I'm going to have to measure and do some fractions so I can see where I would need to begin doing what. Hi, excuse me. Okay, so I believe that I need to charge my laptop. I love you. I love you, girl. Okay. Oh, that's not gonna reach. Not gonna reach. Okay. Oh, geez. There we go. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. That is gonna slide off the bed. Okay, so I think this is 18 by 24. Yes, okay. 18. Eight and a half by 11. Is this how you do this? I don't know how to do fractions, so we're going to estimate the horizon line. Okay. 4.25 is the middle of this one. That's 8.5, right? Right, okay. It's more than halfway down. Okay. Halfway here would be 9. Okay. Let's mark. Midway. Okay. An extra inch. Ten inches there. Okay. Does that look right? Stream. Stream. So I'm going to draw a very, very light line. It's lower on this side, so it's going to be straight. About there. And down. Okay, and then we have you're going to get covered in pastel, aren't you? Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, there she goes. Oh. Okay, see, then I have a line here that is diagonal. And if that ends here, I'm going to go down and say that there's a bush that comes around like that. Lovely shrub. And then that's just an estimate of where that grass begins. That's not right at all. Okay, so this is the bush. Comes down to the top of the bush. This thing comes down past the halfway mark. So for now, I'm going to keep working on the base colors because I will get to the detailed work later. I'm just going to try to get back to filling in what I can fill in. And I'm going outside the lines, and that's fine because I don't know exactly where I want the lines to be. But I don't know if you noticed that there's like a direction that the grass goes this way, goes like kind of down because it's down a hill, I think. And then there's lines where it looks like it was mowed that go this way. So I was drawing the lines this way, and then I drew some that go down because I try to be forming what I see with directional lines. That really helps with what I'm doing. And that's not the right color, so I'm going to try to add the right color. Alright, so it looks like it needs to be darker. That's okay. I do like to work in layers. Okay, but I'm going to. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Not that. I'm going to do. Not that. I'm going to take a break. That's what I'm going to do. I've been on for an hour and 20 minutes. I showed you everything that I wanted to show you for this video. I think you get the idea behind it. I will maybe be coming back later on to work on this more when I maybe go through my colors and see if I have a different shade of green that I want to use. And yeah, I hope you found this helpful. If you did, let me know. If you didn't, let me know what I could improve upon. I thank you for watching. I hope you're doing well and stay cool and hydrated. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you.